Property and construction outfit Ireka Corporation Berhad expects to turn around in its current financial year ending March 31st, 2015 after incurring losses for the past 3 years. This is underpinned by its current construction order book of 1.2 billion ringgit with tender book of 2 billion ringgit. Ireka Chief Financial Officer Monica Wee H. Lai told the reporters after the company's AGM today that out of the 1.2 billion ringgit order book, 810 million ringgit was still outstanding.
Yeah, we have already secured quite a number of projects. We currently have about 1.2 billion order book, of which about 810 million is still outstanding. So going forward, right, we will see the results of, we should see the results of Ireka improving. Okay.
The company also targets to back 2 to 3 projects out of the 7 projects that it has tendered to date. She said the construction division will remain as the main driver for the company in the current financial year. It contributes about 80% to the group's revenue at the moment. Ireka Executive Director Lai Woon Hon said the remaining 20% of revenue is contributed by its property and technology divisions. Woon Hon said the company expects to garner 50-50 ratio of revenue contribution from its construction and property division within the next 2 years. As for its property division, the company has undeveloped tracts of 65 acres with a gross development value of 2 billion ringgit. Ireka expects its land bank, which is situated in the Klang Valley and Nilai areas, to be fully developed in the next 5 years. Projects in the pipeline by end of the year include the Dwi at Rimbun Kasia and the first phase of Asta Enterprise Park in Kajang, which are collectively worth 180 million ringgit. On the company's pre-budget wish list, Woon Hon said it hoped the government would allow the Developer Interest Bearing Scheme, or DIBS, for the first-time home buyers.
That hopefully the government would allow DIBS for first-time buyer, for the developer to be able to help them in the interim period during the construction. I think it's a good thing for the market. So hopefully the industry requests can be received well by the government in the budget.
On the implementation of goods and services tax come April next year, Woon Hon said that eventually the property developers may have to increase the property prices due to the hike of input cost.
But of course, over time it will self-adjust, right? It will self-adjust in the meaning that the input cost is going up for sure over time, right? If we as a developer can't pass it back on to the buyers in terms of the GST, because it's exempted, I think eventually the developer may have to raise the price of the house itself.
The group's net loss narrowed to 28.35 million ringgit in its financial year ended March 31st this year, as compared with a net loss of 37.42 million ringgit in 2013. However, its revenue dropped 12.8% to 289.2 million ringgit from 331.8 million ringgit a year ago. Charlotte Chong, The Edge TV.